Welcome to My The Asshole Podcast. Let's get into it. Welcome to My The Asshole Podcast. It is Thursday. Hope you guys are having a great day and having a great week so far. You're probably not, because you're probably like, goddamn, it's only the middle of the week. I am waiting for that weekend, baby. I understand. I feel you. All right. I'm right there with you. But it's all good. You want to know why? Because we got your spicy book, you little spicy bastards. Yes, we know that you little gooner ladies and boys, you guys love your spicy book for the week. So we got it. We doing it. I ain't ever missed a week of this shit, and I will never miss a week of this. All right? I got y'all. All right? You can know that for a fact every Thursday you are going to get at least 2 to 3 chapters of your favorite book. You know what I mean? I have been seeing the comments. I have been reading your comments. Yes, we will be continuing the Venom series. Okay, we will. Right after Haunting the Hunter, we'll go ahead and do Sweet Venom. We did Beautiful Venom, and that was a fantastic book. We will do Sweet Venom right after this book. I wanted to do this one because this one was highly recommended. Okay, it was absolutely highly recommended. If you guys are looking for the first 15 chapters, there is a playlist on the YouTubes. Okay, there is a playlist. The reason why it's only on YouTube and it's not on Spotify is because of the fact that the video that was live streamed is only on YouTube. Okay, sorry to say that, but it is. Okay, so if you're looking for Haunting the Hunter, YouTube is where you're gonna find it. Okay, if you're looking for the first 15 chapters, the first 15 chapters is going to be in a live stream. It's going to be in a playlist, so you don't have to dig through my videos or anything like that. What you're going to do is you're going to go to the channel. You're going to go to the YouTube channel. You're going to go to playlist. And then in playlist, it will say Haunting the Hunter, all episodes, okay? It'll say that for you guys. Don't worry. And you know what? I'll go ahead and show it to you guys on screen, all that stuff, so that way you guys can like absolutely see it yourself. I want you guys to be able to see it, have a visual, all that good stuff, okay? I'm gonna give it to you guys real and raw here because I love you guys and I appreciate you guys, okay? So, look, check this out. All right, on screen here. So, we have our channel, right? Channel, beautiful channel. And you're going to go here. Okay, you're going to go here to you're going to go here to playlists. You're going to see it up top. You're going to hit playlist. Boom, this is going to have all our playlists right here. All the playlists, all the books that we've ever done, whether it is Haunting the Hunter, is literally going to be the first playlist. It's going to be the first fucking playlist right here. We have Beautiful Venom. We have Satan's Affair. I have all the Phantom live streams when we did Phantom. I have King of Wrath, Lights Out. Lights Out is different though. Lights Out do the Spotify playlist. On Lights Out, the Spotify playlist is where it's at. The reason being is because I could not post the rest of the videos on YouTube. They wouldn't allow me, so I had to do that. Twisted Love is on here. Hooked is on here. Haunting Adeline book 1 and 2 is on here. Court of Thorns and Roses is on here. So everything is always going to be in a playlist for you guys, okay? There will never be a time where it won't be in a playlist. All right. I'm always going to have playlists for you guys. I'm always going to have these things set up and ready for you no matter what. I want you guys to understand that I try to make my content as easily accessible as possible, so you're not, trying to go through all these fucking videos. All right. Whether it's on YouTube, whether it's on Spotify, I try to have a playlist for it. In the description, there's always going to be playlist links. Okay. So that way it takes you straight to the playlist. Then no bullshit, no BS, no extra steps, none of that crap. Okay. In the description, everything is labeled there. Everything is there nicely. It'll say what the playlist is. It'll have the link. You click on that. It takes you right to it. You can watch all the episodes that you want to watch, all the books that you want to see, all the episodes that you want to see. Okay. I look at it like, I know I do a lot of content. I know I upload, pretty much every single day, whether it's shorts, episodes, clips, all that stuff. I post a lot. And so I know that I have a lot of content, and I do not want you to be the type of person where you find a piece of content that you love and enjoy, and then you can't find more of the piece of content that you love and enjoy. I want you to be able to find that content and then be able to find more of it. You know what I mean? That's why I have the playlist. Everything will always stay in the playlist for you guys, okay? So without that said, let's get on into today's episode. All right. Let me set up the book again for you guys.
Chapter.
Okay. All right. Let's get that going. Get that going, baby. Oops. Uh-oh. Hold on. Okay. Well, all right. I don't know what was going on with that, but okay. All right. Let's get into today's thread. Today's thread is pizza delivery drivers. What did a person do to end up on the no delivery list? Let's see what some crazy ass motherfuckers was doing for some pizza. Okay. So, family member worked for Pizza Hut way back in the day. There was an address that was banned because the drivers would get robbed when they went to that address. Happened 3 times before they were banned. The drivers would deliver to surrounding homes and nothing happened. It was only when they delivered at that specific address. That is crazy. That's some wild shit that every time you would go to this house, you would get robbed. Like, oh, hell nah, bro. Oh, hell no. It is absolutely crazy, the service industry nowadays. You know what I mean? Just being a pizza driver, just being a Uber driver, just being a, I don't know, Lyft driver or Uber Eats or whatever it may be. You constantly got to worry about people just doing some crazy shit. You know what I mean? Like, that to me is wild. Oh my God, it's wild. Like, I worked in the service industry, and I won't lie to you. There's been times where, you know, people are just absolutely crazy, and you're just thinking to yourself, like, how is this real? Like, it does happen. It does happen. And only people who have worked in retail or have worked in the service industry, you guys know the extent of how crazy people can get. And how crazy, and you're like, grown adult, by the way. You know what I mean? Like, you're sitting there thinking to yourself, like, grown adult, by the way. And it's just wild to me, bro. It is absolutely wild to me, like, the craziness that goes on in the service industry. And I really do think that the service industry does not get enough praise. I personally think that everyone should work at least 2 years mandatory in service industry. I really do. I swear to God, because it would create better people. It really would, because you would be in that position where you're getting treated like an absolute fucking subhuman. You know what I mean? This person doesn't even see you as a human, and they're just yelling at you, hooting and hollering and carrying on, not realizing, like, motherfucker, I'm a person. You know what I mean? It is crazy to me, bro. So yeah. Yeah, no fucking way, bro. No way. I think everybody should do at least mandatory 2 years, because that shit is wild. Getting robbed at your job. Pizza delivery drivers, what did a person do to get on the no delivery list? When I was a driver over 20 years ago, there was a Motel 6 that we flat out wouldn't deliver to. Despite being less than a mile away, there are 3 different drivers got robbed at gun/knife point in the span of a year before I got there. And that was enough to blacklist it. Only have a couple stories from my time as a driver. One guy offered me weed as payment. Fortunately, he also had cash. One lady's offer I had to return to the store because she was getting busy, or she was busy getting arrested in the front yard. Yo. That's crazy, bro. Imagine driving up and delivering, like, you're out here trying to deliver pizzas, you're doing your thing, or even just an Uber Eats driver. You're driving up to this house and you're just like, okay, let me see. Oh, damn. Oh, why is the cops outside? And then you're like, oh my God, this is the house we're supposed to deliver to. And then you walk up with the food and everything, and you're just like, hey, cops, yeah, I'm supposed to be delivering food to this house or whatever. So like, are they getting out or are they getting arrested? What the fuck is going on? And they're like, oh, no. They're going to jail. They're going to jail tonight. And you're just like, yo, no way, bruh. No way. Hey, free food for me. I know I'm eating they shit on the way home. Man, I'm about to park up real quick. I'm about to have me a couple slices. Especially if you're an Uber Eats driver. Oh, man. Oh, get the fuck out of here. I'm eating they food, bro. Yo, you're going to jail. You're going to jail. Obviously, you're not going to get your food. Like, I understand when there's people that kind of do it maliciously. And they'll sit there and be like, oh, yeah, you were rude or whatever. Or, you wanted me to come to the door and you wanted me to walk and do all this. I understand that. That's terrible. That's horrible. Don't ever do that. But if they're going to jail, bro, yeah, I'm going to fucking eat your food, bro. Oh, that's crazy. It's already paid for. So it's like, the company ain't losing shit. You're losing because, well, you're double losing. I ain't gonna lie to you. You're losing out on your food, your money, and you're going to jail. Damn, that's 3 times. Ooh, bruh. Hey, man. This is why right here. You just gotta be careful, man. Gotta be careful out there. Shit. Don't go to jail when you just ordered some food, Oh, that's crazy. All right. Pizza delivery drivers, what did a person do to get on the no delivery list? They asked nicely. When I showed up, the woman who answered the door was briefly surprised before explaining her young son was autistic and had a habit of ordering pizza without permission. She said she tried putting locks on every device they owned, but he'd figure out how to order from the TV. Wow. This nigga is smart. Man, it's so funny how people think like autistic people are dumb. I'm like, nah, autistic people are probably some of the most like problem solving kind of people out there, if I'm being real with you. Like, they see a problem, they will go to the ends of earth to try to fix that shit. Man, I offered to take the order back and cancel the charge. She asked to be blacklisted from online ordering and said she will do carry out if she ever wants to place an order. My managers didn't know how to do that, but we did make note of the address and to call about the order before making it in the future. I don't know how long that lasted after I left the location. That's crazy if that's still happening. I could see it still happening, but see, I could also see him getting wise. See, because like I said, autistic people are a lot smarter than you give them credit for. They will see a problem and they will figure out a way to fucking fix that problem. So I guarantee you, he's just like, oh, okay, I'm blacklisted from this one. That's cool. Different location. You know what I mean? Like, bro, different location. That's all I need. I don't have to sit here and accept this, mom. Like, fuck you. I'm ordering my pizza when I want my pizza. You know what I mean? Hey, that's crazy. That's some crazy shit, bro. Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. You know what I mean? Either that or hopefully the other, or that location called other locations. I don't know if that's how it works in pizza place delivery or whatever. Like I said, I've never worked for them, so I don't know. But I would think that that's how he would circumvent that. You know what I mean? But okay, on to our next one. Pizza delivery drivers. What did a person do to get onto the no delivery list? Once had some kids order a large, eat most of it, and stick a dead spider in one of the remaining slices. The boss asked me to drive over and look at it, and it was obvious they did it. The spider looked uncooked. And how did they not notice it when they opened the box? They started to argue and I just drove off. The next weekend, their parents tried to order and we told them why they were on the no delivery list. Hopefully these weren't lenient parents. Facts, bro. Facts. I don't get why people feel the need to like just get over on, you know, companies and stuff like that. Look, I get it. They kind of look at it like, oh man, you know, don't be for corporations and this and that and da da da. And it's look, I get it. All right, I understand it, but at the same time, bro, it's like, is it that hard to just be an honest customer, bro? And on pizza don't cost that much, man. I get it. Pizza's a lot. You know what I mean? And it's like, if delivery pizza is too much, buy like a DiGiorno pizza. Like me and my mom, we don't order from Pizza Hut and all that kind of stuff. No, bro. We buy one of those oven make pizzas that we buy for like $7-8. It's the same size. It gives you the same amount of pieces. And we just make that. For one, it's healthier for you. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, we do the cauliflower, what is it called? crust. We do the cauliflower crust, and then we do like the organic cheese with, the pepperoni. And then, my mom likes to throw like bell peppers and shit on it and stuff like that. We do pizzas like that because it's more convenient. It's easier. I'm not paying $20 for a fucking pizza. You know what I mean? Like, why don't you find alternatives instead of trying to scam? Like I said, I get it. Corporations are bad and this and that, and you got to go against the man and whatever. I get it. I do. But at the same time, it's like, bro, find alternatives because there's so many alternatives. And the thing is the same amount of time that it's going to take them to deliver your pizza is the same amount of time it's going to be in the oven. Like, bro, like, what the fuck, man? Yeah, like, it makes no sense to me. Like, bro, I haven't ordered a pizza in fucking years, if I'm being honest with you, because, we just buy those now. I haven't had Pizza Hut and all that stuff in a minute. Don't get me wrong, it's good. I mean? Yeah, it's fine, but it's just like, again, find an alternative. It's not that hard. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm alone in that, I guess. I don't know. All right, pizza delivery drivers. What did a person do to get on the no delivery list? He would ask the delivery driver to bring the food into the kitchen and set it on the kitchen island. Once there, we would have a conversation with the driver about how hot his daughter looked in her bikini. Would say that he would be ordering pizza later that evening again, and if the driver was interested in coming back with that order, he could have sex with the daughter while he watched from a distance. He's not serious, right? You're not serious about this, are you? That's wild. The first driver that dealt with this ignored it. The second one told the general manager, called the dad, and told him that he is banned from ordering pizza from us because what he was offering to the delivery drivers. So this nigga was pawing off his daughter's coochie for payment of pizza? Like, what? Huh? This had to be in the South, bruh. There ain't no way, bro. like this had to be in the like butt fucking nowhere kind of South. You know what I mean? Not like South Metropolitan or anything like that. No. This is like deep dirty South. They're in the swamps and they're in the fucking bayou and all that. Like, bro, there's no way in hell motherfuckers are out here just like, yeah, come on, bring that pizza on in here, sit it on that table right there. Hey, look at my daughter in the bikini. Ain't that hot? Look, man, look. If you want, you can have my daughter's coochie, man. And I'll just sit in the corner and I'll watch. And I ain't got to pay for that pizza. How about that? And then the driver is like,
hey, yo, what the fuck?
I don't know about that one, fam. I don't know about that one, Chief. I'm going to be up out of here because I ain't going to lie to you. My downstairs brain would just be like, yeah, got to go through with it. But my upstairs head would be like, nah, nigga, we ain't, That's a trap and a half if I ever heard one. Because, look, for one, you don't know if she's of age, okay? Two, you don't know what he's going to be doing. That nigga be taking a video. He could be doing something, trying to blackmail you with that. Nah. You ain't getting me caught up in that one, family. That ain't, nope. I am not about to, nope. No, thank you. Because, like I said, bro, that is something where, that nigga needs to have the cops called on him. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm surprised nobody called the cops on that dude. I'm surprised nobody sat there and be like, yo, this nigga is prostituting out his daughter for pizza, bro. You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy work. No. That's, wow. Whew. Okay. On to our next one. Pizza delivery drivers. What did a person do to get on the no delivery list? Ran a pizza to a house. Guy answered the door with an arm load of laundry and said, come put it in the kitchen, please. I followed him through the house. Why are y'all walking in these niggas' houses? I'm sorry, but I would never walk into a stranger's house. Ever. Why the hell are you walking into a stranger's house like that? They're just like, oh, come on inside, man. Don't worry about it. No. That's like a fly walking into a Venus flytrap and wondering why it's trapped in some shit. Like, no, bruh. No, because you don't know this person's intent. You don't know what this person's trying to do. You don't know what's about to go down, especially if you're a female. You know what I mean? I know there's probably not a lot of like girl pizza delivery drivers, but I'm sure, there are. And it's like, bro, you're walking into random niggas' houses. Hell nah. I'd be like, nah, bro, look, I'm going to leave this right here in front of your door, inside the house. And when you got a free hand, you can go ahead and pick that pizza up and go there. I don't care if I'm getting fired. I don't care if you're going to call corporate or whatever. I don't give a shit. I am not walking into your house. That is not happening. Because, nah. Say I walk up in that bitch, man, and something happens. Nah, bro, like I'm defenseless. And I'm stuck in that house. You know what I mean? Like, no, thank you, bro. It just, like I said, you just never know the mindset of people. You know what I mean? You just never know, like, what people are out to do, you know what I mean? Like, or what they're willing to do, especially over, like there's people who've done horrible shit for less. All right. There's people who've done horrible shit for less, bro. So I'm not dying over a pizza. That's just what it is. And like I said, you can say what you want, but I just don't have an innate trust to people anymore. I really don't. I'm sorry to say it. I just don't trust people. I really don't. And you guys out there that be putting all your trust in these random strangers, man. Hey, kudos to you guys, but I couldn't do it. I'm sorry. Nah. Not me, Chief. All right, we're going to do two more, and then we'll get into our book for today. So, pizza delivery drivers. What did the person do to get on the no delivery list? I worked at a Pizza Hut in college. There was an entire neighborhood on the no delivery list. Damn, an entire fucking thing? An entire neighborhood? Because pretty much every time a delivery driver went there, someone would try to rob them. Oh, yeah, this was the hood, bruh. This was the hood like a motherfucker. Man, I would love to know which state. You know what I mean? I'd love to know which state. Because I feel like it was either St. Louis, it was Memphis, it was Philadelphia. It could have been LA. We never know. But, bro, I guarantee you, man, Detroit or some shit. Sorry to say it, but I guarantee you it was in one of them neighborhoods, man. Because that's wild. Niggas just trying to deliver pizza, and they over here talking about run your pockets. Like, come on, man. I'm a pizza driver, nigga. You think I make money? No, I'm out here fighting for my $7.25. Like, what are we talking about? I'm out here fighting for my $7.25, bro. Like, what are we doing? Like, no, man. I ain't got it like that. He's probably in a 1990 something, you know what I mean? That bitch falling apart on hubcaps. Like, bro, what are we doing? That's crazy work. You want to do that? You want to like rob somebody that ain't got shit? Like, what are we doing, bro? All right, this will be our last one, and then we'll get into today's book. So, our last one, pizza delivery drivers. What did a person do to get on the no delivery list? The customer asked me to go inside his house to show me what was wrong with the pizza. Nigga. Bro! Why are y'all going into people's houses, bruh? Y'all are crazy. I would never. I'm sorry. I'd be like, nah, bro, you can bring that pizza over here and show me what's wrong. Other than that, I'm going back to my car, bro. I don't owe this customer, I don't owe this person nothing. I don't owe them explanation. I don't owe them shit. So it's like, if you have a problem with the pizza, you can bring it out to me and I will look at it. But I'm not going into your house. I just don't care. All right? I really don't care. And if you want to argue with me about it, cool, I'm leaving. I'm going to just turn around and walk away. Get in my car and drive off. Like, I'm not about to go into your house, bro. Y'all are crazy. He demanded their pizzas be free and keep them because the prep person forgot to put extra cheese on one of them. He snatched the stack of receipts from my hand as I was trying to find his. So he had all the credit card numbers of everyone I had delivered to that day. When I asked for them back, he said no and threatened to attack me and said he'd tell the police that I attacked him in his home if I don't leave his house. I'm telling you, there are no caps in my fucking raps, bro. I look, man, I get it. Y'all niggas be trying to sit here and y'all be trying to moral grandstand me, talking about, oh no, you should trust people, and oh no, you should give people the benefit of the doubt. He gave it the benefit of the doubt. You saw how that happened for him. Hell nah. Hell nah. No, bruh. So he said no and threatened to attack me and said he'd tell the police that I attacked him in his own home if I did not leave his house. I delivered the second order I had in my car, which was literally the house across the street. Then, as I am walking to my car, I call my manager as it rings. The angry customer walks outside, so I put my phone in my pocket. He throws the receipts of the other orders at me, then stands over me with his fist over my face, threatening to end my life if I ever drive this street again. When I get to the store, the manager tells me that this customer called and said I threatened him and his family, demanding that I get fired. I told my manager that's not what happened. She said she knows because I didn't hang up on the phone when I put it in my pocket. She put him on the no delivery list and told him if he ever calls the store again, she'll call the police. Yep. What I tell y'all, I ain't walking in your house, man. I ain't walking in your motherfucking house, bro. I'm not doing that. No, thank you. I will not walk into your home. I will gladly put the pizza at the thing. You will gladly bring the pizza to me because I need to have a way to escape. I'm not about to be in your house and you make it look like it's something that it's not. You know what I mean? No, thank you. And he could have beat the living daylights out of you. And nobody would have known, bro. He could have beat you to the end of your life. He could have ended your life, and nobody would have known. Your job would have just been like, man, where the hell is Rob? Like, where the hell is he at? Why is he not coming back? Like, yo, and they calling you, and they're just wondering what the fuck is going on. Where's Rob? And they find you buried in that nigga's backyard. You know what I mean? So it's like, bro, no, I'm not about to go into your house. Y'all motherfuckers that be going to niggas' houses is crazy, bro. No, thank you, man. I rest my case. All right. We're going to hop to announcements and get right on into our book. So, patreon.com/My The Asshole Podcast. Get an exclusive episode every single Friday, as well as being able to send in your scenario to be featured on the Tuesday and Sunday show. Audio listeners, thank you guys so much for all the support. I love you guys and appreciate you guys so very, very, very much. If you want to help out even more, rate us 5 stars on your preferred platform, as well as following us on Instagram, TikTok, as well as subscribing on YouTube. All of that helps out tremendously, and I love you guys so very much, all right? So, without further ado, let's get right on into our book for today. I know that you guys are excited. I am, too. Here we go.
Chapter 19. Cade. I lean my elbow against the window of the truck, rubbing my temple when I notice movement. I watch as Alan is released, his clothes in disarray. He looks confused, lost, his eyes bloodshot. Good. It's 5 p.m. They definitely took their time letting him out. According to Jack, he got the bare minimum, but that doesn't matter now. He won't be of this world much longer. While I waited, I scouted the few chosen locations suitable for the night's endeavors. About 10 miles into the middle of nowhere sits an old abandoned mining facility. No one will hear him there, not even with what I have planned. I keep my eye on him as he hops into a taxi, most likely headed to the impound lot to retrieve his car. I tail him, staying a few cars back, knowing I need to be patient. Despite my body being still, the adrenaline has already hit me. I try to steady myself with long breaths, but they do little to calm me. Until you. That subtle feeling is there again. I haven't felt it all day, and the fact that I'd go so far as to say I missed it is ridiculous. I can feel my resolve starting to give. Maybe Callie was onto something. Maybe it doesn't matter if it's real or not. Maybe it's about the comfort that comes from believing. Frustration creeps in. It's not real. No, it's not. The warmth fades, almost as if you were shrinking away. I want it to be real. Even thinking it breaks me, frustration turning to sadness. Knowing that whatever this is just a figment of my imagination, me feeding into my own delusion, desperate to hold on to the only thing that has ever brought me any kind of true solace. But it also makes me question my sanity. I want it. I want to keep it. Keep you. The comfort eases the buzzing in my chest, but it does nothing to calm the desperation I always seem to feel, wanting to keep you close to me. Sooner than I expected, the taxi turns into a beat-up tow yard. I turn and stop at a liquor store across the street to bide my time. I pull out my phone and text Jack. This will be the last update until it's done. Me. Package found. Will be delivered by end of day. Jack. Be sure to handle with care. Knife emoji. Devil face emoji. Me. You really are a fucking creep. I don't bother waiting for his reply, because knowing my friend, it'll be unhinged as fuck. Underneath all those charming looks and charismatic persona, he is one crazy motherfucker. Hell, just the other week he was talking about his latest obsession. The guy is certifiable, obsessive, and capable of doing things so heinous it would make a psychopath run for the hills. One of the many reasons I like to keep the guy around, and would never want him to be with Callie. Not that he would ever try. The guy is as loyal as a goddamn golden retriever. I find myself spacing out, eyes on the broken liquor store sign. I hop out, entering the rundown store. I grab the nearest bottle of whiskey and 2 cigars. As I exit, I notice the sun beginning to dip down in the sky, the October air cool and crisp. I take a moment to appreciate the view before climbing back into the truck, placing the bag in the passenger seat. If I'm right, once he gets his car, he'll head out of town. There's only one way out from where we are, and I doubt he'll go back the way he came. 20 minutes later, I see him exit the impound office with his vehicle, despite his suspended license. He must have paid them off, the greasy bastard. He pulls out in the direction I hoped he would. Perfect. The sun is down, and he's heading into the desert. The trap is set. But to my surprise, he turns around and begins driving toward me. He pulls into the liquor store parking lot, parking far too close to my own truck. I keep my head low, chuckling to myself. The guy gets a DUI and his first stop is to buy more alcohol. That's actually funny as fuck. His stop is brief, thankfully, then he's continuing on in the direction I need him to. I turn up the radio as I follow behind, closer now. This needs to be perfect. We're several miles outside of Vegas now, no other headlights to be seen. I speed up, hitting the gas hard as I pull up right behind him, then swerve into the opposite lane and speed ahead. I slow down once I'm in front and brace myself. I brake. I feel the impact of his car almost immediately. He was only going about 40 miles per hour, so he should be relatively okay, as long as he was wearing a seatbelt. I exit the truck and walk calmly to him. The front end of his old truck is crushed in and smoking. Alan is moaning, clutching his clearly broken nose. I pull hard on the door, but it sticks, and I grunt as I drag it open. He is, in fact, wearing a seatbelt. Good. It would have spoiled my plans if you died. Alan looks up at me dazed before I see the realization spread across his face, his eyes widening in alarm. I knock him out immediately, pulling his body from the car. I drag him over to the now very dented bed of my truck and haul his body onto my shoulders, before tossing him in the back. I climb into the driver's seat and make my way to his final destination, my blood singing with adrenaline. About an hour later, I walk into the dilapidated building where I have the piece of shit tied up. My face is calm, my movements fluid. I can hear his muffled screams before I enter the room. I say nothing, setting my bag down gently on the table in front of him and begin pulling out my assortment of weapons, carefully inspecting each one until I decide how I want to start this. The silence is loud. I saunter over to him and pull the gag from his mouth. Please, Cade. You want money? I can give you money. Just please, let me go. He says in a tone only a desperate man at the end of his rope could muster. I don't respond, turning my back to him once again and going back to the table, my fingers delicately tracing over my options until I land on a hunting knife. Nice and simple. I grab the chair in the corner and drag it over, placing it backwards in front of him, sitting down as casually as the situation allows. I twirl the knife like a toy as I begin to speak, my voice disarmingly soft. I'm going to ask you some questions, and if I don't like your answers, you lose a finger. Simple. His breath picks up, chest heaving at a rapid pace, eyes on the knife. When did you last have contact with the Covenant? I don't pose it as a question, but a demand. He doesn't respond. Tisk, Alan. You're gonna need to work with me here. The amount of pain you endure before your death is entirely up to you. I flip the knife in my hand and stand, turning toward the table again, and stab it deep into the wood grain. It stays put while I reach into the duffel and pull out a cigar. You and my father partook in these often when I was a child. I remember it well. You both lit one in celebration after you brutally murdered that little boy. He stays silent, and it's beginning to irritate me, the fucking coward. You have to understand, Alan, that I've been hunting you all down for quite some time. An accidental death here, a suicide there. That is, until your daughter. I say it in a cavalier tone while pulling out the cigar cutter and matches. His face turns red as I sit back down. I know you two weren't close, but you must know I did it all for you. I place the cigar in my mouth and cut the tip, twirling the cutter on my finger. You are going to tell me what you know. We both know it's just a matter of time. He finally speaks in a quiet voice, blood dripping down his face from his shattered nose. Your father and I were friends. How could you turn on your own? I chuckled darkly in response, my eyes on the cigar. I was never one of you. You people disgust me. You were meant to take over after your parents. He says it like I've personally betrayed him. Why? All for a sister you barely spoke to? I surged to my feet, looming over him, one hand braced on the back of his chair. Do not pretend you know me, or my sister. I never gave a fuck about you people. You always took your obsession too far. My parents planned to sacrifice their fucking daughter. They got what they deserved. His face whitens as the realization hits him, his voice dropping to a hoarse whisper. It was you. Their deaths. It was you. I lean closer to him, teeth bared as I cover his mouth and press the cigar to his cheek, burning the flesh as he groans into my hand. I didn't come here to fucking monologue. I grab one of his hands that is bound to his side and slide the cigar cutter onto his middle finger. He jolts at the sudden contact of the cool metal against his skin. Your sister. She is doomed, Cade. She's already marked. Her soul will be his regardless. What's done is done. You don't have to do this, he says in a shaky voice, pleading with me already. Chop! Alan lets out a blood-curdling scream, shaking the chair as he thrashes in his bonds. I grab his neck with a firm grip and lift his head, forcing him to meet my eyes. Tears and spittle drip from his eyes, nose, and mouth. Disgusting. You pathetic son of a bitch. I hiss the words. Don't you dare speak a fucking word about my sister. Who the fuck is leading, you assholes? You can't stop it, he says with a twisted smile, blood covering his teeth as he attempts a broken laugh while choking on his own blood. Our God will come for his offering, he gasps a rattling breath. Not even you can kill a god, Cade. Deluded motherfucker. I can't fucking stand him. Rage boils to the surface, making my hand shake as I grip his neck. Stop. Stop. Fucking stop. Stay calm. Stay calm. I don't give a fuck what he says. None of it matters. I need to keep my composure. I shove him away and turn to grab the knife from the table, cutting the ropes binding him. Then I drag him over to the old metal sink. I plug the drain and start the water, watching as it begins to rise slowly. Who is leading you? I ask calmly. You killed my daughter, you fucking prick. Even if I knew anything, I'd rather die in my own piss and shit before telling you. I hope she finds you and your pretty little sister so you can watch helplessly as she slits her throat. I dunk him under the water, pressing his head down hard, scraping his mangled cheek against the bottom of the sink. I wait until his body stops thrashing so violently before I pull him up. Who is she, Alan? He's gasping for air, too weak to resist my hold, legs buckling under him. Fuck you, little boy. Our God will come, and when he does, I will meet you in hell. I dunk him again. Water spills over onto the floor as I wait a bit longer before pulling him up. Then I drag him back to his chair, tossing his limp body into it. I give him a moment to catch his breath and ask again. Who is she, Alan? He just looks at me with a dead-eyed expression, clutching the hand with the missing finger to his chest. The heat in my veins boils over, and my impatience gets the better of me. I grab the knife and stab it into his hand that's resting on his leg, the blade driving through to the bone. The scream he lets out is agonizing. My frustration turns into rage. "Tell me who she is!" I yell, my voice reverberating off the walls as I slam my hands into the table. "Rosa!" he wails, chin pressed to his chest. I halt, sucking in a deep breath. Rosa White. Callie was right all along. I walk back over to him and pull the knife from his hand and leg, using it to cut open his shirt. "Thank you for your assistance, Alan," I say, my voice steady once again. "Will you let me go? I told you, so please let me go." He's sobbing now, already knowing his fate, but I answer him anyway. "Can't do that, Alan. This is payback for what you did to that little boy, and who knows how many others." Without waiting for more begging, I take the knife and shove it into his gut sideways, slicing through his internal organs slowly. No precision, not caring to spare him any pain. He barely makes a noise as his intestines begin to spill out in a gory display that makes my stomach turn. He collapses out of the chair and onto the floor, blood pooling around him. I begin to collect my things while he twitches and groans, bleeding out slowly. "This is the least you deserve, fucking coward," I call over my shoulder as I make my exit. Getting to my truck, I remove my boots and gloves, placing them in a metal bin on the side of the building, and dousing it with kerosene. I light the match and watch as the flames rise, waiting long enough that the soles of my boots start to melt, before jumping in the truck and making my way north. The road begins to blur. Alan's words echo in my head as I drive. "Your sister, she is doomed, Cade. She's already marked. Her soul will be his regardless. What's done is done." Bullshit. They're a deluded group of power-hungry freaks. There is no God, and if there was, I highly doubt he'd be asking these dumbasses to do his dirty work. Sounds like a shitty God to me. I drive for about 5 hours before arriving at a motel. After a shower and some fresh clothes, I sit on the bed. My wet hair drips water down the back of my neck as I absently rub the metal chain holding the pendulum. I think of you. You have crawled into my head and spread yourself out like you belong there. I tug at the chain around my neck, breaking it away. I can feel you more than I've ever felt you before. Maybe I'm fucked in the head, but I'm on a suicide mission regardless. So what does it really matter? I hold the pendulum in front of me, eyeing it. I remember learning about these things. They're supposed to let you communicate beyond the veil. I always thought it was bullshit. Even so. "Are you here?" I sit in the silence and almost feel disappointed. I go to lower it until the obsidian stone begins to aggressively move in circles. It isn't me. I'm not moving. I can feel the weight of it being pulled by invisible hands. Chills shoot through my arms, and in this moment, I can't deny it. Can't deny you. "You're real," I say into the silence. The words feel foreign coming from my numb lips. This whole time, you're really here. I feel the gravity of my own earth-shattering realization hit me like a 2-ton truck. For the first time in my life, I feel hope, warm and heavy. Like a part of the world I never knew just opened up to me, and I'm fucking terrified that it will slip through my fingers. This is real. And so are you. My little ghost.
Chapter 20. Callisto. The library is still, quiet in that sacred kind of way. It's beautiful this time of night. Moonlight pours in through the tall bay windows on the far side of the room, casting silver patterns across the floor. The desk lamp hums softly, its warm glow wrapping around the space, just bright enough to read without straining. My eyes skim over the book I found on grounding techniques when the pages begin to flutter. I press my hand down immediately, holding them still. "Could you not?" I say with a huff. I need to figure this shit out.
You're not going to learn what you need to from those books, little witch.
I turn around in the chair to find Alabaster leaning over, our noses almost touching. I still, trying not to let him see how he's affecting me. Pray tell, how do I learn then? I ask, cocking my head ever so slightly as I raise a brow. He responds with a mischievous smile.
Hands-on learning is the best way I've found that works.
He brushes my jaw with his fingertips. It's light, barely there, but my body reacts instantly, heat rushing to my cheeks before I can stop it. Fuck him for making me feel this way. I turn my head, roll my eyes, pretend I'm unfazed by the obvious flirtation. Like it didn't land. Like it didn't set off a fuse somewhere deep under my skin. I'm too busy to get distracted. I refuse to be distracted. Even if part of me wishes I could afford to be. Look, you can help me or not, I say flatly, then return to my book. If not, then leave.
Ask me and I will.
His snide tone makes me want to say no. But I'm not in a position to refuse. He may be right about just doing. But it scares me. I sigh, tilting my head back to see him above me, staring down into my eyes. Will you help me? I say, shooting him my best doe-eyed look. His face flattens as his glowing eyes pierce through me.
Say please, pretty girl.
The look on my face drops, and immediately I spit back at him through my teeth. Will you help me? Please.
Good girl,
he says, smiling that fucking smile that gets to me every time.
Follow me.
He stands and walks to the double doors at the back of the library, opening them wide before stepping onto the patio. And into the half-finished secret garden Kate and I have been building for the coming summer. He turns back, hand extended, beckoning me to him. A small smile tugs at my lips as I follow, slipping into the quiet array of leafless, dormant fauna. I find him at the center of the space, standing on the concrete slab where I'd planned to put a table. His hands come together in a loud smack, and he rubs them together before speaking.
First thing you need to learn is to follow your instincts.
He lifts his hands in front of him, palms open. The vines move before I can register what's happening, slithering out from the bushes on either side of me, thick and alive. What are you doing? A chill runs up my spine as I step back, my voice quieter than I mean it to be. He doesn't answer me, just watches me with a Cheshire Cat grin as the vines move closer to me. One wraps around my wrist, then another. Cool tendrils slide around my ankles, trailing up my calves. More crawl out from the shrub wall, slipping into my hair, brushing against the back of my neck. They curl slowly and deliberately, almost like they are teasing me. Stop! My breath catches. Stop right the fuck now! The vines still. His smile fades, replaced with something unreadable. He tilts his head slightly, like I've surprised him, like I'm the one overreacting.
You need to be in a situation where you have to use your magic to get out.
He walks up to me, the vines moving again, slower this time. They creep up my arms, holding me in place as he leans down, meeting me at eye level. His breath brushes against my lips, close enough to make my heart stutter. The vines continue to move like they're thinking, like they know exactly where to touch. One traces up my thigh, curling beneath the hem of my shirt, dragging lightly across my stomach. I shiver beneath the cool vines as they roam my body like they are alive and curious. He watches me. Watches the way my breath shifts, the way I tense, but don't pull away.
You can feel it, can't you?
He murmurs, his voice smooth and dangerous.
Right under your skin, that power, just waiting.
Another vine glides over the curve of my hip. and it's soft. One loops around my waist, pressing against my stomach. He leans in, mouth close enough to brush mine.
I told you I wouldn't hurt you.
He says.
But if you want out, you're going to have to get yourself out.
A pause. His smile curves up.
That is, if you even want to.
His eyes drop to my lips, and my heart kicks up again.
Come on, pretty girl.
He whispers.
Show me what you can do.
I try to move, but the vines keep me in place. I feel them gently squeezing my thighs and arms as they wrap around my neck, just tight enough to feel it. I can't think. Between his hands slowly wrapping around my ribs, pulling me toward his body, and the vines holding me in place, I'm overstimulated in the best way, getting lost in the sensations all at once. I open my mouth in an attempt to speak. I can't, I say, breathless. He bites at my collarbone, his sharp teeth piercing my skin. My head tilts back as I bite my lip, enjoying the pain. I feel the warm blood drip down my chest as the heat of him disappears. I look up. He is staring at me, his eyes hungry.
You can.
He turns, walking over to the bucket of gardening tools next to the spigot with the garden hose.
You just need incentive.
He turns on the spigot and walks over with a glint in his eyes, dragging the hose behind him. My eyes follow him as he gets on his knees. He looks up at me before he reaches under my skirt with both hands. My body jerks at the sudden contact, and I feel him tear into my panties. The vines begin tightening and coiling around me further as my feet lift off the ground, my weight supported. I look down at him, waiting for him to say something. When he turns the hose on, setting it to high pressure before immediately aiming right on my clit, the freezing cold water hits my body like it burns. I cry out. The pressure feels so good. My arms and legs attempt to thrash, but I'm unable to move. Fuck! Alabaster, please? He stops the hose.
Please what? You have a mouth, use it. Unless you get out, I'm going to use every tool at my disposal until your body can't handle it. Maybe I'll get the hand rake next.
He looks at me and smiles.
You want it to stop? Make it stop.
He turns it back on, the pressure already drawing an orgasm from me. The vines continue to tighten around me, and I feel a prickle of heat under my skin. The same heat I felt when I knew he was near. He is warming me. My orgasm comes fast and hard. My moans come in reckless and loud as my breathing falters. He stops the hose and stands, keeping it in hand. I lose feeling in my toes. As I come down from the high, my body relaxes. I want down now. The vines begin to release, uncoiling quickly. My weight dropping. He catches me with ease. He says nothing as he carries me inside into the downstairs bathroom, sets me down on my feet as he turns the water on, checking the temperature and adding a scoop of my bath salts before coming back over to me. Gestures for me to put my arms up. I comply. My body tired and bruised. He pulls my clothes off slowly, keeping his gaze on my face the whole time. He lifts me and guides me into the tub, the warm water easing the ache. I relax into it. I thought you said you were going to keep me there, I say in a hoarse voice.
I was. You wanted out, so you got out.
He says, toying with the surface of the water with his finger. That's it? I just have to want it? That's too easy, I say, adjusting myself and sitting up.
It takes focus, instinct, and intention. Without that, your magic is reckless, dangerous.
He stands.
I'll meet you in your room. I want to get back to that book you've been reading.
He starts to dissipate. Don't fuck with my yellow tabs, I call after him, loud enough to make my point. I shake my head, smiling. Sinking back into the tub, I lay there for a moment, thinking. Though his methods are kind of fucked up, he's right. It always boils down to me letting go and trusting my intuition. Makes me wonder what I'm actually capable of. I finish the bath and wrap myself in a towel. Looking at myself in the mirror, I can't help but wonder if I would have come this far without Alabaster's help. I can feel him changing me. I feel good. I feel confident, despite the fact that not 20 minutes ago, I was in the most compromising position I could have never imagined possible. It's late when I decide to go make myself coffee, leaving Alabaster on my bed, nose deep in my book. I slide my house slippers on and wrap my fluffy robe around my waist as I head out of the room, Karma in tow. I'm not even halfway down the hall when Jack steps out of his room, rubbing his eyes as he looks me over. You look cozy. And you look exhausted, I say with a smile. How do you feel? He reaches down, giving Karma a pet. Hey, girl, he coos. A bit better, actually. Thank you. Want some coffee? I offer, still smiling. Now who's way too chipper? He says as he follows me down the stairs. After making us both a cup, I sit down at the kitchen table with him, checking my phone for the notifications I know aren't there. I'm just lucky to have a phone at all. Took Jack and me years to convince Kate it would be safe to let me have one. Jack speaks up, breaking the silence. I know I made it into a joke, but you really do seem happy. He sips his coffee, watching me. You doing okay? I rub my sore arms, already knowing I'll have bruises. Yeah. I feel pretty good right now, I say honestly. He leans back, shooting me a sweet half-smile. So, who's the guy? My eyes snap to his. Huh? Come on, gal. The last time I remember you smiling like that was when it was with me. He laughs under his breath. My face turns red. He might be right, but this just got weird. And I am absolutely not telling him that a demon made me come with a garden hose in our backyard while I was tied up by sentient vines. Nope. Taking that one to the grave. It's this guy I met in town? Yeah. He sits back deeper in his seat. When did that happen? His voice dips just enough to be noticeable. Flat and guarded. I stutter for a second, then land on something halfway believable. Yeah, I met him when I went into town to get everything for you yesterday. I shrink into my seat, my cheeks hot. This is weird talking to Jack about this. I glance over, and he seems off. There's a look in his eyes I can't place. Anger? What's wrong? I ask, concern slipping into my voice. He leans forward, shifting like he's going to say something, but then stops. His jaw tightens before he responds. Nothing. Grabbing his mug, he walks to the sink, rinsing it out in silence. Before leaving, he turns back to me. I'm happy for you. He throws me another half smile, then disappears upstairs.
All right. And that has been chapters 19 and 20 of Haunting the Hunter. Hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. I know you guys did. That episode was a little spicy. You're going to have to put a headphone warning on that because, old girl was, she was coming. All right. I will see you guys on Friday. If you guys are on Patreon, I'll see you guys on Sunday for another Sunday episode. We're going to be reacting to some videos and all that good stuff. Love you guys all. Appreciate you. You guys have a good week. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Peace.